why don't you start off by maybe telling us a little bit about yourself and your sort of how you got into music and all that sort of stuff, if you want to share a little bit about that.
I am Clare Siobhan, and for the past 2 years I've been in Sackville, New Brunswick, studying at Mount Allison. And my musical roots, I guess, are, I mean, first of all, my family's super musical, so we always grew up with all sorts of music in the house. And then I started playing piano at age 6, started singing in choirs in elementary school. I played French horn from grade 4 to 10.
Wow.
And jazz trombone from grade 8 on. And so
Nice.
I'm a huge supporter of school bands and just band programs. Some of my very first like arranging and compositions and stuff, some of it came from like piano lessons and just my own like personal interests, and then some of it came from like grade 10 band class where we had to do like 12-tone row or different arrangements and compositions, and then my first sort of like gigging experience came from like jazz combos in high school. So that's where some of that happened, and then at Mount Allison I got into like songwriting, you know, stuff with lyrics in first year, because I'd written, I think, probably between 1 and 5 songs, and I heard that the school put out an album every year, so I went with my 2 songs and I got on the album, and that sort of like started me on songwriting, and now I managed the album and I produced it for a bit, but yeah, so choirs, bands, piano, and then the school album, Conduct Becoming.
Wow, that's awesome. You want to play a song for us now?
Yeah, sure, love to. So this song is an original. It's called 3/2, and then in brackets, because I love a little like real title, bracket title, 3/2, and then Loves Me. And it's my only 2-chord song, like, and I wrote it in October. And yeah, this one is about because what happened in October, it was extremely cool. I fell in love, and it was very fun, and it was also very scary. And this is about sort of both of those things, sort of like engaging with that vulnerability and feeling okay about it and wanting to just sort of like settle into it a little bit, even though everything feels like a big risk at times. You know what I mean? Anyway,
yeah.
It's very rewarding, but you do have to sort of like take a risk to get there and be like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, give you the truth about myself. Take me or leave me. Here's a song.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever said that much about this before. I'm just gonna play it. We're not a perfect match, we're a perfect misfit. We're the same in all different ways, and I'm getting used to it. Spin me around, tip me over, make me dizzy with your gaze. You are my 4-leaf clover, let me count the ways. He loves me now. He loves me, my judgment shot. We are green, he's yellow and I'm blue. We are weaving, dancing in 3, I am counting to 2. We are weaving, dancing in 3, I am counting to 2. Balance like all things is tricky, what to give and what to keep. thinking I must be mistaken, but this is constant, this is constant. He loves me, loves me not. He loves me, my judgment shot. We are green, he's yellow and I'm blue. We are weaving, dancing in three, I am counting to two. We are weaving, dancing in three, I am counting to two. I am counting to two. Ooh, I am counting to two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Nice.
Thank you.
I love hearing original music is so inspiring. I love just hearing like great, like great new songs. It's like great to like hear fresh music. Great. It's awesome.
Yeah, I feel the same. That's one of my absolute favorite parts of like managing and like being in charge of the Monet album. It's like each year I get to just sort of like scoop up new artists and be like, okay, like what are you guys writing? Because it is the most exciting thing to me to just hear new voices and the way that people write and hear what people write about, and you can sort of find for me it's really interesting to sort of find the influences in their music as well, which is like, hey,
Yeah.
like do you listen to a lot of Joni Mitchell sort of thing? And it's like, then you can sort of connect on that level as well, which is like really, really cool.
What made you want to get into music, and like why do you think music education is sort of important, like the value of music in general?
For me, that's a hard question because I have never lived a life without music. I have always just been absolutely surrounded by it. Whether or not it's been, just like in my house or singing or playing, just any of that. So my whole life has been centered around music from basically the day I was born. And I mean, to me, it's an instinct, but I also think that it adds another layer onto connection with other people. So I love performing, and I love playing music, and I love producing and stuff like that. I love playing music when I am just sort of like by myself. But for me, the real thing is I produce music so other people can hear it, and so we can talk about it, and so I can hear their stuff. And I perform music for the people who are there, so I can interact with them, and I play music with people so I can connect with them as well. So the value of music in general for me is like a big human connection thing. This sort of like very I'm a person, you're a person, we have these feelings. If you're really into my music, maybe you've experienced the stuff that I've experienced, and it's this level of connection that I've yet to find anywhere else. And music education can do that. It doesn't have to be original music. It can be like as simple as just like concert band, instrumental music without lyrics. There's still this sense of like working together and connection, and it just teaches you so many things, just how to pay attention, how to work well with others, how to listen to people. That's the biggest thing, is just being able to listen to other people and being able to see how you fit in with them as part of a larger group, and to be able to make something bigger than yourself.
Awesome. So you have you have another maybe tune or two that you want to play for us?
I do, yeah. This one actually was another quarantine song, and it's very, very recent. So I've got the chart up on my laptop here, so I'll be able to scroll hopefully. But yeah, I wrote it about a week or two ago. It is very, very new, and it was just about one of the things that also happened with quarantine was me and my partner were thrown suddenly into a long distance relationship, and it's been good, but it's not the same as like being able to see each other in person and like hang out, because there's like internet lag involved sometimes, and like you know, stuff like that. And so 10 Speed Bike was about that. This song is about that. I'm just thinking a lot about distance. And the interesting thing about like missing people, and like I do this with like my friends, my family, everybody who I can't see, is I often will sort of just like, I'll have like a tab open in the back of my brain where they're just like, or my impression of them is there, and it's like, well, what would I say about this? Like, you know, what if she was here? And that's sort of what I've been thinking about with this song, and it's called Drive Me Home. Let's see if I've got the right setting on here. You're like a ghost in my passenger seat when I go for a drive. I pretend that you're with me, or else I pretend that I'm halfway across the country, switching places. I am with you. Can you drive me home? I thought that it'd be warmer, and I'll tell you about the summer, but it's cold and it's gray as the day that you left. I thought that it'd get easier as the hours turned to weeks, but then the months got so much longer than I thought they'd get. And now you're like a ghost in my passenger seat when I go for a drive. I pretend that you're with me, or else I pretend that I am halfway across the country, switching places. I am with you. Can you drive me home? My friends are just having a conversation in the comments. I wanna cut your hair and I wanna fix your collar. I wanna make you tea and I wanna buy you coffee. I wanna hear you say how are you against my cheek. Feel your arms around my waist, it's hard to count down 20 weeks. Hey Dave. I want us to have a garden, and I want to get a dog, and a one-bedroom apartment. I haven't seen you in so long. 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 'Cause you're missing the ducklings as they leave the nest. Amy's garden is growing the potatoes the best, and also her peas are just starting to climb. I bet if you left now, you could be here in time. But you're just a ghost in my passenger seat when I go for a drive. I pretend that you're with me, or else I pretend that I am halfway across the country, switching places. I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. Can you drive me